It's Mark and Renee at Team Wedding, and tonight we're going to do a little live Q&A. Now, we have some cues that people have sent us before. We're going to start with those. But if you want to ask a question live, and we would be happy to answer it, so just put it over there in the chat. And so tonight we're talking about marketing things, of course, because that is what we do. But we're going to look at, it's a slower time for a lot of people. And we have this newfound thing that we don't have a lot of, which is free time. And so want to talk about a few things that marketing type things that you can do now in your slower time. Renee, what do you got?
Well, the first thing that I had, if you've got some slow time, especially with people who are creatives, make some ads on Canva or on Get Stencil. And I want to share my screen here with you. And here's what I'm talking about. Here's an Instagram page. And you could have pictures upon pictures, or you could add these like the yellow square, the green square, the teal square, the black square. You could take some time and you could fill out and do some of these ads, like just to pop in between your pictures. And I have a wedding one here. Let me find it. Here's a great one with wedding quotes. So you take your wedding pictures that you've done, say you're a photographer, or you did the flowers and the photographer gives you the pictures. And then you just go ahead with Canva or canva.com. So that's canvas without an S, canva.com, or stencil it, or no, getstencil.com. And you will make these ads. And let me scroll down here. And then you just pop them in and they look great. Now, I love the checkerboard look. Here's the team wedding page. And here's where I did quotes with a program like Canva. And I do the quotes and I drop them in, or I do my themes with the really pretty backgrounds, drop that in. We have this little cartoon guy. He is Greg. If you haven't seen our video at teamwedding.com, he's a character that is a theme on our website. So he pops in, but I have a pattern here. So making these things, it's hard to do it on the fly, but if you have a reservoir of these and you have them saved up and you can just drop these guys in as you need them, just a great thing to do and have that done ahead of time.
Now, these are pretty cool, but is it expensive?
This Canva is a freemium model, so you get a lot of good stuff free to start. GetStencil.com is also as a freemium model, and there's plenty of other ones out there that you can just buy in on the free level. When you start doing some really fancy things, or they're going to start, charging you one-off, or you have to go up a level and start paying something a month.
So this is, this is some great stuff, and you don't need a graphic artist. Sorry to any graphic artists that are watching that, but these are some pretty good looking things, and you can do them for free.
Oh, and another great thing to do with these is put your reviews on here. So if somebody sends one to you in an email, you can grab it. You can grab it from the Knot, Wedding Wire, any place else you're getting reviews. Use your theme color. Obviously, you don't want to have the Crayola box explode on your page. Pick a few colors, like 3 maximum from your colors with your logo, and then just drop them in here. And then put, the bride's first name, the groom's first name, bride, groom, and have those all ready to go.
All right, awesome. What else are we going to talk about? Still waiting for some questions in the chat. Networking. Yeah, it's kind of silly to say like you should be out there networking, but networking is so important. It's always been important. Always, always, always something that I always talk to wedding pros, encourage them to do. Because, with couples, you're sort of one and done. You're selling them once and you're done with them. Now they can give you reviews, they can refer their friends, but pretty much you're done with them. But when you meet other wedding pros, those wedding pros can be lifetime connections that can refer you over and over and over again. And in almost every market, there are multiple organizations, groups that do networking. When I'm in the DC area, we have the Association of Wedding Professionals. We have NACE has a chapter. ILEA has a chapter. WIPA has a chapter. There's no shortage of those. And I know what you're saying, that number one, it's not really a great time to go to networking events. And number two, I never went to them because I didn't have time. Well, most of these groups are now doing virtual networking events. They're doing Zoom calls. They're doing things that you can still join in. And you know what? You have no excuse now, no excuse at all to not go when you don't have to get off your ass and go anywhere. You just click the Zoom button and go. What else?
Okay, well,
you're next.
I have on my list of a tip with your time, other blogging. And here's the thing, people go, blogging, I don't like to write, I don't want to write, I don't get it. Well, I want to tell you, the way you want to look at blogging is probably different than your mama taught you. Is you want to look at blogging as answering questions. That's it. Think of some questions that you're asked all the time. Write them down, answer them, and then make a blog about it. Now, we're going to go more into this in a future installment of our Q&As, and we're going to dive into it a little deeper. But what I want to show you tonight is, look who owns this question. If you would ask, let me open the screen up here. If I typed in, I was about to type in something else. Should I buy my dress online? Okay. Look who owns that. Like what comes up in my search is 13 tips for shopping for a wedding dress online, Cosmopolitan. Why doesn't one of my local dress shops where I am answer that question, get some domain authority, and then maybe they're going to be served. But everybody that's on here are not local places. So that's basically what blogging is answering questions and then moving yourself up. It's crazier things have happened. If you take a random question and you answer it, like I'm going to show you another tip. I'm going to go a little deeper. You ready? So we have that question up here and here's the answers, but look down here. Related searches. You come down here to the bottom and you look at the related searches, answering questions down here. Who can I trust to buy an online wedding dress? Answer that question. Because that is showing that these are searches that people are putting in there. Where can I find affordable wedding dresses online? Well, of course, if you're a bricks and mortar store, you're going to answer the question based on you being a bricks and mortar store. You're going to swing that question and answer it that, hey, we're here for you. So that's my tip.
So I have a bunch of blog posts on my website, and I'm just not convinced that people are reading those. Should I give up, or why do it if nobody's reading it?
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go back, take one of these questions, Google tells you what people are searching for. At the bottom of every page, you put in your search, go to the bottom, see what's going on down there, answer a question around that search, and change your blogs you already have written.
And so it's all about just getting Google's attention, which that ultimately gives you attention.
If you answer a question somebody is asking and nobody else is doing it, they're going to send them to you. It's that simple. That's the secret. We're going to do that more later. And I kind of went a little deeper than I wanted to go, but I felt like I was leaving it hanging because when people hear blogging, they're just like, oh, but they don't really get the game of blogging.
Well, we could do a whole nother session on that, I think. And but along those same lines of making Google happy, Google likes to make us happy too. And they have lots of free tools and things. And one of them is Google Analytics. And if there's anything that you can do in your free time, if you don't have it already, get Google Analytics on your website. Well, what does that mean? That means taking a line of code and dropping it into your website. Have your webmaster do it. It takes literally minutes, couple of minutes to do. And then when you do that, you'll be able to log in to Google Analytics, and you'll be able to see everything that you'd ever want to know about your web traffic, where it's coming from, how long people stick around, where they're coming from is the most important. Again, a whole nother topic that we're going to talk about is knowing where your business came from, and Google Analytics is one tool in your arsenal to do that. And
how do you set that up if you don't have it? How do you set that up if you don't have it set up already?
You watch YouTube videos or look at the instruction. It's so simple. It's dropping some code into your website. If you did your own website, you can do it yourself. If you have a webmaster that did it for you, it takes minutes, a couple of minutes to drop that code in, and then it just starts working.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we have, we've exhausted my list for tonight because I don't want to go super long. I love watching short videos and listening to short podcasts.
Yeah, well, we said 7 minutes and we're like at 11 and a half. So let's wrap this up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we are so wordy. Well, that's my fault. I took Canva too long, and I probably did my other one too long. So now we just give me one question to answer is what we learned. So, well, if you're not happy with the current state of your marketing, perhaps it's time to fire your marketing team, even if that team is just you. Maybe you're ready to replace your piecemeal approach to marketing with one that is cohesive and cost effective. Well, Team Wedding will do that for you. You'll save time, save money, and stand out among your competition. Get your free marketing checkup and learn how Team Wedding can help your business grow and free up your time to do more of what you love.
And it was no one could figure out that you were reading that.
Nope, not at all. Or it was a commercial. It didn't sound like a commercial.
But really, get a Team Wedding. We're here. We've got time to do these. We have time to take time and look at your marketing. So get your wedding marketing checkup at teamwedding.com. Thank you all for joining us. We love answering your questions. If you want to get a question answered in our next episode, just email that to me at Mark, and that's Mark, M-A-R-C, at teamwedding.com. We love being on your team. See you next time.
Bye.